Whoa. God, are we live? Are we live? Let me check. I think we are. Get on. Get on, Beybladers. Blade Bay X here. I'm gonna have to get used to the camera orientation while I'm sitting down, but this is gonna be a mega chilled one. I didn't really feel like gaming or watching anything much at the moment, but I wanted to do something. So I've got a couple of these bricks of Beyblade X bits I printed off ages ago at this point that I still need to take apart. So while I get that done, I thought I'd chill out. If anyone wants to chill out, let me get some stuff ready to chuck things in as they're being pulled apart. Yo, Mad Maxi, how's it going, dude? You all good? How's your day going, man? Let's get all this stuff out of the way. I might switch blades on my scalpel because I think I've got like a flat blade at the moment. It's not, it's fine for doing this. I've done loads of them with it, but we'll see. I think that might be enough little pots for now. The most annoying thing about this process is all the little supports just being everywhere. Some people will like soak their stuff in like warm water or whatever for a while beforehand, which is a good idea. I can never be bothered, and it doesn't affect things too much. EP Shadow Emperor, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. Whoa. God. Alright, get started on these. So all of them have like these cores in the middle from the supports, keeping them steady. Favorite way to get rid of them is like popping them in the middle here, and then squaring in the thing on the other side, and then it's a very satisfying little just twist, like you're pulling out like they're not really my kind of thing, but my wife loves those like Dr. Pimple Popper videos, and I think that's along the same lines, just yanking those things out. Those are cool. Do you have Black Rush? That's what I'm hoping for soon with the upcoming release. Yeah, I'm literally working on Rush here. So this is 2 sets. So each one of these bricks has 1 copy of each Beyblade X release bit so far. The majority of them are designed by Ghostmaster. A handful of them are ones that I've taken some like the shafts and stuff and like these bits of, and like tried to model a little bit myself, and I am not good at it. But luckily the majority of bits so far for Beyblade X are quite simple shapes. So like this Rush I did, if I get a real one, I think mine's like a fraction wider. But I don't have like what are they called, the calipers, like the precise measuring calipers to really check at the moment. So I'm kind of like just free eyeing it, like, or free balling it, sorry, next to my steel ruler or tape measure. But I think I got pretty close, to be fair. I got pretty close. I'm not too unhappy with it. I did print off some ones by oh man, I feel so bad. What's his name again? Is it Gakin? No, not Gakin. It's a tattoo artist. Yo, Saber, how's it going, dude? You all good? Oh. You shared your Bakugan video again. I saw that one, I think probably when it came out, to be fair. But, yeah, very funny, my dude. You do make me lol. Oh, how's your day been, man? I do need to get a fresher copy of Rush, to be honest. I've got 2 copies, and they're both pretty mangled. The base of them, neither of them are really flat. I know some people like to sand theirs down, but then I start thinking like, is it really the same bit? Is this like too modified? like how much are we really allowed to get away with that in competition. I know no one's necessarily checking that precisely, but because they're not clear on it, I'm such a goody two shoes that I just like try and be as within and wholly within the rules as I possibly can. And the teeth, the gears are mangled on both of them as well. One less so than the other, so that's the one I ended up using on Sunday. I wish I had taken a scalpel with me so I could like clean it up a little bit, because originally I did not plan on using Rush for the tournament, but testing the day before, not just testing the day before, but it kind of convinced me more that Rush is probably the way to go with Phoenix. Caved into the meta hard on that one, I think. But I'm not saying it was the wrong choice. Anyone could have won with that, but I do wonder if instead of switching up my deck and trying to include Tyranno Beat and the Rush bit and getting rid of Drowned Buster was my downfall, because I know Drowned Buster ain't that reliable, but it's done me good for a few tournaments now. You know, it's sometimes it's more about what you know than yeah. So we'll see. They did throw a curveball at us, introducing Tyranno Beat and Shinobi Shadow right at the last second. But I don't know, I think everyone had fun. I think everyone was in the same boat anyway, so the rush to, I mean, it was a good sales ploy to shift boosters, that's for sure, and they had plenty of them in stock. Like, it was pretty cool to see that much Beyblade product in one place. I don't think I have done so far until then. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Saberman, you working on anything cool at the moment? All I'm doing here is like little scrapes just to chip off excess little bits of the supports. You don't really have to go all that hard at it, but I'm a bit OCD. I go back and forth between point and rush on Phoenix Wing a lot. Right, if you can make Buster work for you, that's the best part of Beyblade. Exactly, you know. And I even wonder if really, because if you've seen any of my stuff, you know I love this combo, Night Shield, 360 flat, and I still, even to like meta combos now, I still have a decent go against them. So yeah, it's one of those things. I think what I might try and do is find a blade that I like that works on flat better. I've used Phoenix on flat, but I'm not wholly sure, because I really like to be able to tilt on flat, and Phoenix is a bit too heavy, as I think is Tyranno Beat. I have fun with Tyranno Beat on flat, but Night Shield just seems to be the perfect weight for me on that bit. They couple up well together. Phoenix, I still think I want to put it back on taper. Like, I know it being on point and Rush have probably been the two biggest meta kind of picks for Phoenix for the longest time now, actually. But I really like it on taper. I really feel like I can aim my launch like really well with it on taper. I was liking trying to beat on taper, but before my testing I quite liked it on Rush, and then during my testing on Sunday it just didn't seem to match up as well with everything else on Rush, because it just wasn't fast enough to get a Wizard Rod out of there, you know. So I do wonder what the home for that is, because it seems like the right choice to make at the moment, having Tyranno Beat, Wizard Rod, and Phoenix Wing as the blades in your deck. But yeah, another tournament this weekend, so we'll get some more testing done with your man Nanashi, and we'll see if we can take over that one as well. Because although I did not have much success at the weekend, he absolutely smashed it and won his a G3 tournament, sorry, for the first time, which is really, really cool. I hope he's like stoked about that, because I'm stoked for him, and everyone I've spoken to about it is like super stoked for him. Ah, this isn't the new bit I've printed. This is like a test one from forever ago. I must have taken that out of my drawer by accident. Sorry. That's my current Beyblade X drawer. Alright, let's get some more of these support stuff. Yeah, I should probably do at least some of it on camera, because it's probably the most satisfying bit, just cracking these out of these things. I don't know how well it shows up with the lighting at the moment. It's pretty damn dark in here. I do apologize, but I did not really plan on doing a big stream tonight. I just thought it'd be nice to chill. What else would you run in your deck, Max, alongside Phoenix? Because if you're using like Phoenix on point or Phoenix on rush, do you try and include the other bit in your deck on something else? Is there like a choice that you would go with one of those? I should probably do this the smart way and just take off all the supports on one brick first, and then clean up all the bits. So we'll do a few anyway. I don't know if I'm gonna work through the whole lot of it this evening, but I want to do a little bit. You see ones like that when they're just on the edge there. It's nice, you can just pop them out clean and not like disturb any of the supports and stuff at all. Like that caught in that flat on the corner. How many flats did I have in this one? Or was that point? At this point, yeah, just yanking these ones off the end of the outside of the supports is super satisfying. Yeah. Bunch of the balance bits together. Gear needle. This might even be worse 3D print than it is in real life. Boom. Toronto beat 960 point. That is a very good choice, man. That is a very good choice. I did a lot of testing with the Chiang Mai G2 champion. He was using Toronto beat on point, and he was doing very well with it. Shark Edge 560 flat. Okay, that's your attack deck, and of course Phoenix 360 rush. Okay, so we've got a few different like entire deck options. I know you've mentioned it before, but how do you feel when you play like an all-out, just like straight-up attack deck? Do you get a bit nervous? Ruby Dragon, missed the last 4 streams. I'm glad I caught you today. Yeah, I'm glad you caught me too. Welcome. I'm super glad you made it. Thanks for dropping by. How are you doing? It's a very chill one. Sorry if it's not the most exhilarating of streams for you to catch for the first time, but it has been a long ass few days, and it's finally settled down a little bit this evening. A lot's been going on, and I just wanted to unwind with a little bit of hobbying. I wanted to do something with my hands and just yeah, chill. I thought it'd be cool if anyone else wanted to chill as well. Yeah, playing all attack has me sweating. Of course it does, man. Of course it does, but that's all part of the fun of it, I'm sure. You know? Like, I've considered it a lot of the time, but I think I've pretty much bottled it so far, going to any actual competition and using like an all-out attack deck. Like, very early on in the format, like not too long after release, I felt like an all attack deck was a pretty viable option, because like straight out the gate, the biggest demon in the format was Hell Scythe, 460 or 360 on ball. A lot of people use 380 because they wanted to use the short ratchets and stuff with the high burst resistance bits, which is a very good idea. I was one of those people, to be fair. But yeah, that being the strongest combo in the format meant that having something on flat taper or low flat a little bit later on were all really, really good options for the strongest combo in the format. And it hasn't really changed now that we've got Wizard Rod. It's just Hell Scythe on ball, but heavier and with better balance. So yeah, it is what it is. But I guess now is a time that like an all-out attack deck might be more viable just for that factor alone. I think that could change, and should hopefully change in a handful of releases where Wizard Rod doesn't feel quite so dominant, and maybe defense types might actually start becoming worth playing in the format. I don't feel it so much at the moment. I don't think any of like the defense bits are that reliable, and our closest one to having a decent one at the moment is Hexa. That's a balance bit that can just accelerate too fast and self KO. I do like it though. I think it might be a good defense combo with Tyranno Beat. I quite like that pairing together, but I'm skeptical of using it while Wizard Rod on ball is so popular. Blade Bay X, just make yourself a metal flat bit and a fully round ratchet. That would be pretty sweet. That would be like invincible. All attack sounds like what middle schoolers watching Burst would play. Man, I don't know if I could relate to the Burst attack memes, because all I ever knew from Burst was how much it was just a stamina game. It's Blade Bay. Yo, Ryujin Savior, how's it going, man? I like that UX Rod video review with the Gale and the Hasbro. Was it Samurai? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head now, but yeah, I can't remember now. Was it SB Wyvern and Brain? I'm drawing a blank. But the UX is probably one that I'd be able to get my hands on easier here. Actually, no, I did check Shopee Thailand, and they are there. I just haven't placed any orders yet. My goal with taking Rod out of my deck is trying for the bigger points with attack. Yeah, of course. It's nice. It's nice to get those big points, because you could say it was like kind of like just like, oh, that's like fairy tale, like a bit too optimistic, like just only wanting to win by big points. But something you have to think about, and I always refer to versus Endev, just because I think he's probably the only person who's made actual videos like recording so many statistics in his own testing. Like, it's not like anyone's individual testing is an overall blanket for everyone, but it is very, very interesting to like take note of, and it will give you some information for your own testing. But he talks about like PPL and stuff like that, like points per loss, and with some attack combos you might not get the big KO as often as you'd like, but if you lose, you might often only lose by 1 point, which is huge. Only losing by 1 point really, really matters when the format is to just 4 points. I don't know, you guys might be playing like WBO rules and stuff like that, which I'll be honest, I don't fully know. I think it's something to like, you often play to around 7, and then when you get to top 8 or finals or something, I think you might increase the points, or you start off at 5 and then go up to 7, something along those kinds of lines. There's a few jumps in the points. In TT stuff, it's like, it's just to 4. Doesn't matter what stage of the tournament and stuff it is. So it's pretty intense. If you lose, you only want to lose by like 1 point. Otherwise, God, on your first launch, losing by extreme finish, you just like, Oh my god, what is the point in even going on? But it is fun. I do like that about it, how intense it is just playing to 4 points. Um, do. Switchblade still slaps. Whoopsh. Hell yeah. SB Wyvern is still samurai. Ah, okay, yeah, and the flame wizard rod. Yeah. Is it just me or is the sound low? Oh, sorry, is it? Can anyone hear me on the microphone? I'm a bit this is pretty chill. I am a bit mumbly, but I'll crank that up. I don't know if that's helped at all, but my microphone's at max already. It might just be me talking a bit quietly. So if I am talking too quietly, let me know, and I'll try and project some more. I had to hire. Oh, raise the volume. Sorry, I was like, NDev stats are great. Some combos surprised me on how well they did. Yeah, first to four and best of two. Was that 2 rounds? Oh, 2 or 3 rounds. Yeah, we don't do rounds. It's just first to four. First to four, and you was done. So yeah, when you lose, it can feel pretty damn fast. Like you're like, oh shit, did I even play? But it is what it is, and the highs are just as high as the lows, as in all competition. So you gotta roll with it. You gotta take your time. Boom, boom, boom. Finals are to 7. Okay, and is it still best 2 of 3 in the finals as well? In P3 C1, people spam rods so much. I'm sure they do. I think in any competitive setting, people spam rod a lot. Don't know. Does everyone know if the B4 point penalty system has stuck in Japan, or if they're still just testing it, or if there's been an official announcement on that? Because I'm thinking about doing a giveaway tournament for the channel soon, and I'm thinking about enforcing those rules for your combo selections, because I don't want to just be like filming like a ton of just wizard rod on ball versus wizard rod on ball battles. Like, I'm not gonna ban wizard rod or any parts. I don't want to do that because like that's lame. But I think I might enforce the points penalty system for sure if I do it, because I'm gonna be getting a couple more copies of the, or I should be if Amazon Japan don't screw me over with my orders this time around. But I should be getting at least a couple copies of the Cobalt Drake painted Dran sword blade. So I think I'd quite like to run a giveaway for that. I think I'm going to do a giveaway for one, and I'm going to sponsor like a local tournament and have like the full like manga and the book and everything like as a prize for it. I think that would be cool. But yeah, so yeah, let me know if anyone does actually know if there's been anything official on it, about the B4 point system, if that's stuck in effect. Yo, I am getting a new phone and the Hasbro X battle set for $20 excluding bays. That sounds like a very good deal. I don't know what shop or shady man you're sweet talking to get that deal, but good on you. Ruby, I want X to have wind up launchers. You know, like the technology might be there now. Like that, there'd be. Actually, no. Are you talking about like the MFB ones where it's like you just keep going and then release, or are you talking about the ones like from back and shoot and stuff where you just twist it around and like press the button to get the launch? Because I think either of them could be possible to make work now. Although I think they'd still probably not do the best job of the just like press and release ones, because you could make a really good one now, but it'd still probably be quite expensive to make, so I don't think they'd release it as a toy. Um, I think the points penalty is fair. I think it adds more skill to the game for sure. Like, it's frustrating, you know, like because I really like using ball. I think it's a great bit, and I also don't necessarily feel like 960 should necessarily be on that list. I think it's great, but I think for that extra burst resistance, you do sacrifice a bunch of stuff, like the weight and stuff. Like it's very very good, but it's not my first. I really like 560 for a lot of stuff. Um, but yeah, so I don't think it's worth having 960 on there necessarily, but a rotating kind of like a points list just keeps things a bit spicy and means that we're not necessarily waiting on new releases to change up the format, you know. So yeah, we'll see how that gets enforced in the rest of the world outside of Japan when they make up their mind on stuff, I guess. Oh my god, oh my god! I pull out a spike and, as if a genie from a bottle. Bonjour, monsieur. Ça va? How you doing, Pierre? Hope that you don't plan anything with that spike. I'm just gonna tidy it up and throw it straight in the bin, I think. You bought it from your friend. That's a very good friend. You should make sure to say thank you. Make him a cup of tea. Get him some biscuits. He wanted the bays, but agreed to give me the stadium. Ah, sick, sick. Yeah, I need to get my hands on some Hasbro Stadium action at some point so I can do some testing and do some fun. What I'd really like is to magically get the Bucket Stadium and host a Bucket Stadium tournament out here. That'll be a lot of fun. That'll be a lot of fun. MFB ones, which I still own. Ah, sick. Yeah, I never owned one of those ones for MFB. My main MFB launcher is just behind me here. Very low tech for all the all the MFB gizmos I've seen before, but this is the best I got. I'm not a MFB aficionado. Like I think probably the majority of like the current like Beyblade fan base, just from like what I can tell, very anecdotally, you know, and like a lot of my opinion may just be influenced by the memes, so I don't really think too deeply about it if I'm honest. But yeah, I seem to run into more people that know MFB, or when people talk about old school Beyblade now, they don't really talk about Plastic Gen. They're normally referring to MFB, which makes me feel super old because like when my younger cousins started getting the first gen of MFB bays back in the UK, that already made me feel old. So can you imagine it now? The key to not break it is to never click the button. Okay, shake the launcher to release the bay instead. Okay, I'm sure you're right. I have no idea, but like out of context and from someone who has no idea, like saying the key to not breaking it is to not use the mechanism that they designed for you to use. It's to violently shake the thing to release the Beyblade instead. Yeah, for me it looks like you're breaking them bits. I am giving birth to these bits. I've birthed these bits from my own labor and love and money and time. And now I give them their final forms so that they may be enjoyed by the masses. Get on this gear point. My next cop should be Talentera, 5 per tail, and Dran 2 pack. Oh yeah, so you get tail, and is it the red Dran sword you get in that pack, if I remember right? Although all the like Shark and Dran and anything really I've seen of like the prints of like so like Shark isn't a recolor, but it's like the rare Bayget color, and then like the red Dran is like a recolor. All the ones I've seen of that, they seem to have more of a translucent looking kind of plastic to me. I don't feel like the TT ones are as translucent, you know. They seem a bit more like opaque and solid, but cannot confirm because I do not have any Hasbro X. Bro, why are you making custom bits? You're a collector. These aren't custom, these are just remakes of the actual bits. I don't really make them for myself, though I do play with them. I have fun with them. So the kind of main reason I was so focused on getting like access to all of them is I run like tournaments at a local shop here. But it's not like an official thing. It's very, very unofficial actually, because I allow all the kids that come to use any parts that they want, so they can use like all of their fake parts and stuff like that. Because honestly, like if we're playing a like 3-on-3 format, the majority of them probably aren't going to be able to afford getting 3 like Takaratomi Beyblades together for it. At least, especially the ones that don't have any like repeating parts. So I have for sale in there, like super basic. It's not even for sale. Like, I think the store holding them, selling them for me where I host it, is probably making some profit. I've not actually taken any money back from it at this point, so I'm not really doing a good job on the business side of it. But I have like a box there, and I have all of the bits individually packaged in like these golden gacha eggs. So quite cheaply they can just buy a random gacha and they'll get a bit that's like, if I'm honest, they're super good quality. I've done plenty of videos like talking up like the majority of these I said earlier in the stream are made by Ghostmaster, who I think is fantastic. Like I use a lot of his prints, and I like the reason I'm able to sell his ones as well as my own are I pay monthly to be on like a merchant tier for his like Patreon. I'm not making any money off of it, but like I've commissioned like a couple designs with him as well, so I do want to be able to actually have the rights to sell those on. So yeah, I pay like a monthly commission. Not really earning anything back on it at the moment, but maybe that'll change in the future. Regardless, I'm quite happy supporting him. I think he's awesome. I think he makes awesome stuff, and I'm sure he's very busy with other things at the moment, but I'll be very grateful for when he gets some more time to just keep smashing out some awesome Beyblade prints or STLs. Boom, 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 boom. I think I've missed out on a bunch of chat though. Zanki has the bucket and spent the entire video insulting it, even played with his mum. I mean, I don't know if I've seen him do a testing video where he's not playing with his mum, to be fair, but yeah, I saw the title and thumbnail. I haven't watched it. I watched Juice's videos and battles in the bucket, and they're just chill, pretty positive. I like it's just hobbying and having fun and just chatting with the camera. It's nice. It's very chill. It's very much my kind of pace for when I'm, because you can't take the bucket stadium too seriously. But what I want to do with it is make a tournament with like some good prizes. So I force some people to take the bucket stadium seriously, and that's my own entertainment, you know. Like that's the kind of content I want to watch. So that's the kind of stuff I want to make. So yeah, gonna try my best to get a bucket stadium over here, and yeah, host a tournament with some good prizes to encourage people to come and battle it out in the bucket. Put bricks in the pockets and it solos. Oh, what the bucket stadium? It's pretty good, is it? Good luck. Have fun, son. How you doing? Thanks for dropping by. How is the 3D printed bits differ to the regular ones? So the main difference, if I'm honest, is the fact that they're not all necessarily like one for one. Like there's going to be like very small variations and stuff like that. They are extremely close though. Burst resistance and everything like that is super accurate and fantastic. But they are the ones I print at least are one complete piece, whereas Beyblade X bits are two separate parts. You have the shaft and you have the tip, oi oi, and they are like bolted together. So you lose a little bit of the weight because you don't have the metal part in there. Um, but they are super good and they are very, very durable. I've not had any fails or breaks or any real signs of proper wear, even when they're like getting battled with a lot, you know. So I'm very happy with Ghostmaster's files and stuff, and I'm actually quite chuffed with the quality that my printer and stuff and my settings are chucking out. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it all, to be honest. Barely any diff yet. And let's just do that, get a feel of how the newest bit will act. Yeah, so the ones that were kind of like printed ahead of time, I do like to play around with those. I've done some videos testing that kind of stuff, but yeah, these are all. There's no new releases here. I haven't got like I think Unite is the only one that we've seen official spoilers for. So far, I haven't got anything printed for that, or even looked at designs that anyone else has made for that. And bits beyond that, we haven't had any kind of spoilers or anything for. So yeah, anything I've seen, I can't really. I'm definitely not skilled enough to make anything off of just those references. I'm in a weird situation. I was an OG Plastic Gen fan, got the bays as they came out, etc. But still feel MFB as the OG, as it was the peak of my bay addiction. Ah, nice. So like, you just love MFB, which is more than fair enough, dude. More than fair enough. You're crazy for choosing it over Plastic Gen, but more than fair. Yeah, I want to get my hands on those just to try and experiment before buying the real bits. That's fair. I forget that, honestly, I do forget that you haven't got everything over in like the States and stuff, and just everyone's not able to pick up all the parts. So it's another reason I want to do these, because if I do start selling them through like an online store, which I probably will end up doing. I've been collecting bits to shift off, and I've got my own custom parts and things like that that I would like to have a Beyblade shop for. But I want to make them super affordable, and these are like, if I'm selling these, they're going to be super affordable. At the moment, I sell them for each, what would it be? At the shop, I take that, so like less than $1, I think. Like, so if I'm selling them online and shipping, so they'll probably be like, I don't know, it depends where they're being shipped to, but they'll probably be around like $1 or something. Maybe, no, probably less than $1. I don't know, I haven't done all the maths properly to figure it out for the store and stuff yet, but they'll be cheap. They'll be cheap as. And I'll probably do them. I might do some individuals, but I'll probably do them as sets, you know, so like stamina set, attack set, balance set, and defense sets. And yeah, just kind of do it in that way, or maybe group them together. Depends, but we're not at the point yet where I'm like, yeah, I'm setting everything up, but I think we're slowly getting there. So the performance is more or less the same with the real, yeah, extremely like similar, if not pretty much dead on. Like, I haven't used any of it. Oh, that's weird. Like, it's pretty much just like spot on. It does exactly what the official ones are meant to be doing. And it's hard to argue which is better, which is worse. I feel actually like the 3D printed gear needle, wherever it is, I think I've already cleaned that one up, yeah, is actually better than the TT one, but that's not the goal. I don't want to be selling bits that like outperform the real ones. I want to make them pretty spot on. MFP was peak until these annoying, disgusting MFers who made these illegal combos with 2 metal wheels. That sounds dope. Phone I'm getting is a Galaxy S21. Bro, I'm sure that's good. I do not know what is good for Galaxy or whatever right now. I don't even know what's the latest number iPhone at the moment. I think I've got like I think my newest iPhone is like a 14 Pro Max, uh, something like that, maybe. I know that Blade was one of them for sure. Okay. Uh, no, I didn't really play, like actively play really during MFB period, like when it was released in the UK. I played because my cousin got a bunch for Christmas the year they came out, so I played a bunch with him that time. But I didn't really jump on them because I swear a bunch of them came with like just all plastic wheels, and they just felt light and weird, and they didn't go together the way I liked from Plastic Gen, and the design seemed less exciting than Plastic Gen to me, you know. So I didn't really get a bug for the MFB stuff then, but then later on, like living in like shared accommodation and stuff like that, we just played with dumbass things. So like I had some like MFB like Beyblades and stuff then that I did battles with, but again I didn't. Very weird for me. I didn't sink too deeply into it at all. Like normally, if something catches my eye, I become like super OCD and just learn everything about it and try and compete as much as possible. But MFB didn't get me. I think probably because in all the shared houses I lived in, we were so hard on like TCG, like Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic or whatever. It was like currency in the house, and you were basically playing for like status. So yeah, like you could legit get shadow realmed. So I think all my efforts got poured into TCG around that kind of time. Bucket Stadium rails, from what I saw, have cracked. Goddamn, I wonder if there's a way to reinforce it reliably from like the outside of the stadium. Stadium sucks, skibidi. If you're broke, it gets the job done. I mean, you have no other option. Yeah, I feel like maybe if I do get one, I should get two in case it just gets destroyed. I don't know. I don't know. Franjo Sietej? Sietej? Very sorry, I've probably just offended you in multiple ways, but I'm very happy you're here. If you could spell out your name phonetically for me, I'm very excited to learn how to pronounce that correctly. Otherwise, I will stop insulting you for the moment, and I'll just try and figure it out in my head. I feel like the symbol over S makes a sha kind of sound. I don't know if it's a soft J like Franjo, or if it's Franjo. That sounds cool anyway. Very nice, I like. Bro, gonna have to sell 600 bits to buy a pad thai. Bro, I'll just drive out to like Isan or Wang Noi or something and get a pad thai for like 27 baht. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. Serious answer only Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz. Fucking hell, mate. Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz, it's like, it's too close to home for me. It's so unbelievably like what I've grown up with. If my wife was here, like, or you heard my wife talking, you would think she was just a character from Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead, fucking hell, sorry, Hot Fuzz. God, and Timothy Dalton's performance in Hot Fuzz. Jesus fucking Christ. What a legend. What an absolute legend. Just absolutely smashing that role. I'm a slasher of prices. Great question though. Fantastic question. What's your choice? Like I've watched Shaun of the Dead 1,000,001 times, and like I'm like all into my Grandmaster Flash, like da-doom, 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 da-doom. But yeah, I think it's gotta be Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz. I'm overdue a rewatch of that with the missus actually, so yeah. But we talk about it a lot. We talk about the fact that we need to rewatch it again a lot. Who is Shaun? First started singing Back in Mitai all of a sudden. Oh god. Regent Savior, my name is pronounced Shion. Or Shion. Shion, okay. Doo-doo-doo. When's the return of Kazakhstan? I don't know when I'd be going to Kazakhstan again. I think my contract with Niza MMA would be ended by now, so I don't think I'm like contracted in to fight anymore for anything in Kazakhstan. I don't know. I think I'd probably end up going back there, cornering someone more likely than I would be fighting there at this point, which I'd be more than up for. Absolutely loved my time in Kazakhstan. Where I went, Aktau was like scorching hot desert kind of heat all day, because it is pretty much like scorching hot desert there. They've just built a very new. I think the city, if I remember right, is only about 60 years old or less than 60 years old, which is crazy. Nailed the Borat accent. Slasher prices. Honestly, Timothy Dalton in Hot Fuzz, absolute legend. Just slap the rat. Just God. Oh, this really hurts. Fucking hell. Absolutely amazing film. Is it Edgar Wright? Smashed it with that one. As did, of course, like Sean Penn and Nick Frost and all that. I mean, it's star-studded if you're into, if you know British actors and stuff like that, and of course it's got everyone. Is that a title you get for tax evasion slasher of prices? No, we're talking about a very, very British movie. You may not have caught it, called Hot Fuzz. It's about a metropolitan London police officer that is relocated to a very small Devonian village. Very, very much like where I'm from in the world. And chaos ensues. But it's very, very funny. I could not recommend it higher. Ruby Dragon Bro learned MMA to feel like Ray. He gets his hands on Vice Tiger. That's what it's been. It's been 20 years in the making just to get Vice Tiger. I'm very excited about Vice Tiger. It looks super, super dope. Although I feel myself and you, the community, have built way too high of a pedestal for it, and it has zero chance of living up to any of our expectations. But everyone will be super stoked if it does live up to our expectations, and it is. I mean, everyone's going to be happy if it's a fun Beyblade to play with, but if it's good, like good, like reliably good, like over 50% of the time it works every time kind of good, then yeah, everyone's going to be stoked. He surely needs an ice cream after that one. Shaun of the Dead for you though. Winchester is life. Yeah, I can't knock either choice, man. I can't knock either choice. Shaun of the Dead. What a film. What a film. Like, how I would have been pretty young. I think when that came out. Like mid-teens probably. When that came out. I can't remember what year it came out. But yeah, watch the shit out of that so much, and it just gets better with age, you know? Like, you feel like you've caught everything in it, and then you maybe catch another little joke or a little silly little expression or reaction from a member of the cast, or you forget about something and then remember it later on. And absolutely amazing movies to quote as well, you know, which is great. Because there are other great movies, of course, to quote, like Anchorman, that are also great to watch, but there are some movies that are, I feel like, better to quote now than they ever are to, like, rewatch. I think an example of that would be something like the Austin Powers movies. You can still get lols watching them for sure, but I feel like now, like, anytime later on I've rewatched them, they haven't really been as funny whilst watching, but after you've watched them and you're just quoting them, they suddenly just become funnier, you know? think maybe if people are still worried that, or I might be coming up as a bit quiet to people, I think it's because I've got the microphone a little bit higher from my face than usual, because otherwise it'll be directly in my eye line of what I'm doing right here, and I would rather not slice a finger open today. That'd be frustrating. Been to hospital a couple times already, not for myself. My significant other is in hospital right now. Very, very much under the weather, so we were up all night last night. Got my kid to school this morning. She got to hospital, been up, taking her extra things. They're keeping her in overnight for observation. So hopefully we see some improvement tomorrow. She's able to come home. She's all healthy and happy. I'm sure she will be. I don't think it's going to be too serious, but over here they do like getting you to spend some extra pennies and keeping you in overnight for observation if they can. So I'm hoping it's just that, to be honest. Boom. Vice Tiger looks good, but it won't be good with Spike. You can say that about any Beyblade, bro. Oh, speak of the devil. There's old Butt Flaps now. How are you, Butt Flaps? You had a moment's respite from hell falling out of you. Just chatting some shit about you then. Yeah, how you doing? Do I watch Spaced? Not really. I mean, I've seen episodes, and like you know what it's like. It's just on the TV and stuff like that. And later on in the evening, there's not a lot of different stuff on TV and reruns of Spaced like throughout the years. Was it getting reruns on like Dave and like Sci-Fi or something at one point, I think. So I've caught a lot of on repeat on something like that over the years, but I'm not like a Spaced like fan, you know. I'm not like in the know. Like if you're making references, I probably ain't gonna get them at all. So yeah, I won't claim to be an OG like a fan, but yeah, I'm still a fan. Still feel the absolute pits. Unlucky, mate. Unlucky you managed to keep any food down you. Oh, I have a good one. UK office or US office? UK office. It's quite an easy one for me because I like a lot of what I've seen of the US office. I'll be completely honest. It's not like I've even like watched a full season of that. I've watched very few like full episodes ever. It's one of those things that you feel. I think probably everyone feels like they've watched because it's just like on everyone's reels and everything all the time. And I watch a lot of those because I do appreciate a lot of it, and I do like that it's still written by Ricky Gervais and stuff like that. And I like Steve Carell. You know, I think he does a good performance and all that. But the awkward, dry British humor can never be trumped, and the original Office is so fucking funny, mate. It's ridiculous. Like Ricky Gervais, like pretty much smashes it out of the park every time with his like little British sitcom series. You know, absolutely nails it. I need to finish watching Afterlife and Derek. Actually, I was watching Afterlife with the missus, but I think it makes it too sad, so I don't think we'll ever get through that together. I've watched a lot. Again, like Ricky Gervais, like outtakes of just the whole cast, just like dying laughing all the time. Something that I love to watch. Like Jesus fucking Christ, the Warwick Davies one, Life is Short or some whatever it is, with Liam Neeson. And I've seen the outtakes, but how they managed to get that scene filmed is so beyond me. It's like some of the funniest shit I think I've ever seen. I saw every bit but Spike in the ones you printed. The first one you came into the stream that we were talking about and holding was Spike. Here is Spike for you, my dude. Let's try and get that a bit better in the light. The lighting is pretty terrible for showing it. Let's grab it in this hand and see if I can show off a bit better. So yeah, depth of field, because I've got an AFC camera, it's probably a bit too close. I don't want to manual focus it though, because like then a very little will be in focus. This isn't really showing off it properly here, but yeah, there you are. There is a Spike bit right there. Boom, 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 boom. Who wins a street fight, Ray or Kai? You see, Kai's meant to be like a ninja, and I'm not. In terms of like Beyblading and stuff, he's like tough because he has all those battles and whatever, and they fly through the cosmos and things get blown up and all that nonsense, and they take the physical damage from their spiritual damage from their dip and all that. So he's obviously durable and tough, but he's also pretty fucking wet. And everyone can be in it. At the end of the day, they're adolescents and they're meant to be like kids cartoon protagonists, you know, so they are meant to have a lot of these like childish like flaws and stuff. But yeah, I think Ray probably takes that one. I think Kai, if Ray was off guard, would like fucking Aikido the shit out of him and put him in an awkward like Steven Seagal style hold for a few seconds and then like release him and walk off like, yeah, that's why you don't mess with me. But like Ray's literally like fanged and clawed, so even if he hasn't got like legit martial arts skills and stuff, like he'll just be like cat fight like a motherfucker probably. No, I haven't managed to eat anything. That sucks. I hope you managed to soon. You must be feeling absolutely ruined. Ruby, who ruined property prices in their area with crime rate more? Kai and the Blade Sharks, or Kiyoya and the Face Hunters? Well, I don't know who the Face Hunters are, so I would say Kai and the Blade Sharks, but I don't think they really affected the neighborhood very much, other than like the kids playing Beyblades, because it seemed like all their nefariousness stuck within that warehouse that they were in, and also I don't think the organization lasted very long because Kai was just like, yeah, peace out as soon as they formed the Blade Breakers. So I don't know if the Blade Sharks really still continued in any sort of way. If Kai was still checking in and be like, yeah, make sure you bully some school kids while I'm at the World Championships for me. Not kept a thing down yet. God damn. 2 Spike bits. Okay, you're clean. Yeah, you're right. I passed the test. Imagine what the franchise would have been had Dragoon stayed in the Sword instead of jumping to Tyson's Bay. I don't know. It'd probably be a bit more based, I imagine. Let's do this disc ball and get out of the way. Although, would it have meant Tyson turning up to save Chief with a sword instead of a Beyblade? Maybe. But, I shared it on my Instagram story the other day. You know, is it episode? I think it's like episode 2 or something. Maybe episode 3. Nah, probably episode 2 when Andrew like grabs him and smacks him. There's my whole thing frozen here. What's going on? Is my stream frozen for everyone? Can people see me? This one's working, but my my face cam seems to have given up. What the hell? What is going on here? Maybe let's just get rid of it and try again. I am indeed frozen. Yeah, cool. All right, let's have a look. Okay, well, there it is. I am Lebec. How big should I be? Tiny or wee. Let's go for that big. That looks like a good size. That's a good size blade bay right there. What was I rambling on about before then? Was it the blade sharks and Kai bullying people? I can't remember. Alright, mate, it's been fun. I'll see you next time. Catch you later. Catch you later, dude. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for the awesome movie questions. That was good fun. Genuinely a fan of that shit. Kai and his mugs legit kidnapped a child. How is bro not in jail? I think it's probably because he's also a child and snitches get stitches. So I don't think the Tyson and everyone bothered going to the Popo about that shit. They settled it on the streets with their Beyblades like true men, you know? I was talking about Plastic Gen characters. I thought you wanted to jump a dude IRL. Oh, it was that Andrew when he grabs Tyson and he's like, if you want to fight him, don't fight him with your fists, fight him with your Beyblade. And I was like, God damn, that's all the explanation they needed in this world to be like, okay, that's why no one's throwing hands at any point. Like, there's a code of honor, and you have to settle it with your Beyblades. Bro, you are indeed frozen. Yep, sorry, saw that one. You see me now. I'm glad. I was talking about how good Spike was. Of course, catch me any time of day, and I'm probably just rambling on about how good Spike is. That's like my default setting. It's just glazing over Spike like all day long. Who doesn't love Spike? Other than most people that have used it. You know what? Actually, no. I was about to say, you know what? Maybe I'll take Spike to the tournament this weekend just for you. But I don't know. I think I kind of want to win. I don't think I will do that. I don't think I will, because we have to use at least one Shinobi and one Tyranno Beat combo. I think if I was going to put Spike on either of those, it would probably be Tyranno. I mean, if anyone's going to use either of those, it would be Tyranno for sure, you know. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot of people doing practice matches with Shinobi before the tournament at the weekend because most of them like bought their entry fee stuff on the day. So people just tried to like make up the amount they needed to as cheaply as possible. So the boosters, like the random boosters, they kind of worked into that price range a little bit better. So when it came to like practice games for the tournament, everyone was using Shinobi instead. I think I might have stopped doing practice games a little bit too early, or maybe just not gone back to have any more at some point. It was probably a bit of a mistake. Just to like make sure I was just shaking off that last little bit, because if I'm competing in anything, normally I'm warming up properly right up until the last second, you know. So, but you know, I wanted to stream stuff. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. I think sometime I should just turn up at one of these things just as a competitor and not as a Baytuber, the most famous Baytuber in the world. It was very flattering that people, actually a lot of people, it was extremely flattering, but just the fact that people knew the channel and like watched it and stuff, and they were at the tournament and were coming up to me just to let me know that they were fans and stuff. Like families, like actual families were coming up saying they watch these videos. So if you do tune in later on and catch up with this VOD, thank you very much. You absolutely made my day. You're absolute legends, and thank you very much for tuning into the content. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than thank you, because that's so cool. like absolutely blown away. Um, like that, people over here are watching it because everyone here has got pretty fantastic English. You know, way better than my Thai. Um, but my thing's frozen again. God damn, wonder what's going on with it. But yeah, um, yeah. Sorry, no, I have no idea what's going on with this camera right now, and why it keeps running wobbly. I wonder if that's something I can do without getting rid of the thing and having to like bring it back. No, don't think so. Don't think so. Let's try again and see if it sticks for any longer this time. Let's see if no, those are all the real options I've got with it, so no idea why that keeps happening. I am back once again, Renegade Master. Kai playing the song Switchblade while choking Kenny, telling him he'll send him to swim with Drasil if he snitches. Yeah, he's not averse to a little bit of thuggery, is he, Kai Hiwatori? But I mean, he was a child soldier at the end of the day. I think having a few rough edges is it's understandable, to be fair. Bro gave me false hope for a moment. Spike chain and 560 or 360 or 960. 460 sucks. Yeah, no, that's something we can agree on. That's something we can agree on. Just use the main camera that's filming your fingers. Yeah, I might do. If this one keeps freezing up, I'll just get rid of the face cam. But I feel like I'm when I'm talking, I like to look somewhere. Otherwise, I'll just be like here, like where am I? Doing a little John Travolta meme, not knowing where I am. One of the bits I've been super impressed with the 3D print of is this Hexa. Like, it is super good. And this let me know that Hexa was going to be fantastic before it was even released. So very happy with it. Boom. Kai also got Russian blood, which explains it. They have got a no nonsense attitude about their person in general. I will not disagree with that. Many a Russian friend, many a Russian neighbor, worked with many a Russian at this point. And I'd say like the majority of the population where I live at the moment is Russian. So yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Hexa is going to break the Hasbro meta. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Like, I don't know all the leaks for the Hasbro release dates and like order of stuff and things like that. But it'll be interesting to see like what you get in your next wave of stuff and how that shifts things up for you, because if you don't get Unicorn to help deal with Phoenix or Rod or something like that, the UX base, then it'll be interesting to see what your meta looks like. It'll probably just be Phoenix dominated. Be interesting to see if you guys get. You'll probably get Leon Claw then, so you'll get access to Point, I imagine. So a lot of people will be playing Phoenix on Point, I'm sure. But I imagine most people will probably be playing Phoenix on Rush at the moment. Or at least if they're not, it's something they should definitely consider doing. Not my favorite Phoenix combo, but it is very good. I used it at the weekend to no success, but I've used it many times to a lot of success. So yeah, don't count it out for sure. It is extremely popular for a reason. I imagine Kai squatting like a gopnik. Is that some horrible racist Russian slur that I've just said without knowing? Taking a pack of salted sunflower seeds and a vodka bottle and telling Tyson to sit down so they can explain themselves. Just get deep. Just get deep by smashing some vodka. Spike will dominate, don't worry. Phoenix and Joy's got nothing on me. So, what is your Spike combo for the Hasbro meta at the moment, my dude? What are you putting on Spike to make it so good in the Hasbro Stadium against the other Hasbro bays? It's funny that I'm like streaming this as if I'm like skilled at doing whatever I'm doing. I'm not. I'm literally just a monkey throwing shit at the wall, just chipping off the bits that I see my eyes should be gotten rid of, just smoothing that out a bit. Like, honestly, you don't need to go too hard on these. Like, if there's any excess bits of like supports and stuff still on them, they'll just come off with use, which is quite nice, and it won't damage the bit in any way like that. So yeah, I wouldn't worry if you end up printing off or purchasing any like 3D printed like bits like that. Don't worry too much about those bits. They come off very easily, and they don't affect it because they're not meant to be there in the first place. They're just there to help the printing process. Yeah. Chain 960 in Spike. Okay, so at least you got that higher burst resistance. I can imagine that. I can imagine that doing good as a defensive bay at the moment. Spike would definitely be the one to stay in the center the most. So that would make me nervous, but it's quite a safe launch anyway. As one thing I'll say about the like needle variation bits so far in X, they are very safe to launch. You're rarely gonna hit like a self KO. You're never gonna like accelerate too bad with one of them or something like that, which can still happen with like Ball and even Orb sometimes. Orb doesn't get as much purchase on the stadium, so it doesn't move as fast. But if it catches the extreme line, it can whiz around pretty hard. I mean, the needle bits can as well, of course. Like all the X bits can. That's like their gimmick. But like just coming off the launch, like you can launch hard with like high needle, for example, and it's going to stick to where you want it to stick. And when it like levels out for a moment before it kind of starts wobbling like the defense bits do, it's not just going to whiz off in some random direction. That's why I still really love the shape of high needle. I just hate the extra height and the burst resistance of it, or the low burst resistance rather, or lack of burst resistance on it. But I thought I'd already cleaned up the gear needle, but I guess not. Is this high taper? High taper. There's a gang of I say a gang, they're friends, but a gang of Brazilians hanging out. Their house just behind mine here, and they're like, I don't get how they've got the energy. I mean, I do get how, because I would have when I was their age. They're all like about 10 years younger than I am, I think. But they're all fighters. Most of them fight out of Phuket Fight Club down the road. But they're just out there every night, super late. And I'm like, guys, you got training in the morning, goddamn. Like, this is not what I'd want to see you doing if I was your coach. But at the same time, if it works, it works. They're still just enjoying their lives, you know. And Phuket is a great place to take it slow for a minute. Yo, Kimon Bell. You made it. How's it going, man? How's it going? How are you doing? I'm just tidying up some 3D printed Beyblade X bits at the moment. A very, very chill one. Probably go for a little while longer, but I'm not too far away from having maybe like a late night snack and setting myself up with some Betty buys. Got to get up with the beast in the morning and get him off to school. Make sure the missus is doing okay, and then maybe I'll have some time to get some stuff edited from the weekend. What I'll probably do with that stuff first is I've got some shorts and stuff that I want to edit, some of the footage. I'll probably chuck them up on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. If I get it done, I'll chuck them up sometime tomorrow. But yeah, I got some battles recorded with some Bay tubers / Bay influencers, whatever you would call them. If they're like, I think they, for the most part, pretty much exclusively do TikTok. So yeah, I'll chuck those up on there. Don't think they tagged me in it, but they uploaded a video of me battling with someone cosplaying as Multi-Nana Hero at the tournament. We got a few things recorded us battling, but of course they uploaded the one where I lose. I think I lost one of the matches, so of course that's the one they pick. I don't blame them though. I don't blame them. Multi deserves the win. It was a cool cosplay, to be fair. Boom, boom, boom. Beyblade X. Guess what? When I was telling my friend Manny about X, he went too far talking about Gen 17 and 18. That is way too far in the future, bro. Way too far in the future. I can't even like imagine fully what I think we're going to see in just season 2 of this current generation, let alone, what would that be, 14, like 13, 14 generations in the future. Like, yeah, Manny should calm down just a smidge there, just a smidge. Also, bro, Gear Needle is the worst bit so far. Literally, most people forgot that it exists, including Takara. They only released it once so far. Yeah, Gear Needle's ass. Gear Needle's ass. It's just like scrapes itself, low stamina, and easy to burst. Like, and to even have a chance with it, you have to flat launch and put yourself dead in the middle. Just eat shots, which it's terrible at doing. So yeah, we agree on that one too. Gear Needle, ass. Yo, Kendo, mabuhay. How you doing, bro? How you doing? How's life going? I've got a couple tasty things to unbox and open. Actually, I don't know if you can guess them through the bubble wrap for the next watch and unbox on. I don't know if I'll get it done on Friday when the episode drops. I very rarely get to do it on the actual day. But it'll be sometime this weekend, maybe on the Sunday before the tournament. We'll see. We'll see. I've got family visiting and stuff like that as well at the moment. So, yeah, family visiting, family in the hospital, family. Yeah, so a lot of I was about to say apples in the air, like balls in the air that I'm juggling or whatever. But yeah, no, let's go with apples in the air. I've got a lot of apples in the air. I told him this isn't Super Sentai when there's new gens every single year. This is Beyblade in Japan, takes their time with this gen, so I told him to slow it down and focus on the present. Yeah, I mean, so Burst was 7 years, was it? If I remember correctly. So if X is already their most popular gen, as long as it's not like burning up all the excitement of it in just season 1 and they absolutely drop the ball from this point onwards, yeah, I can imagine this one going for a while. Dare we say 10 whole years? I don't know. I mean, I don't think they'll make it shorter because I don't think they'll want the gap between generations. But there's hardly a gap between Burst and X. At least it didn't feel like that over here. I don't know how it's been feeling for you guys in the West, waiting for X a bit longer. But also Burst finished later for you, so I don't know what the exact time scale was for you guys. But it wasn't that long over here at all, really. I was still complaining about it at the time, but yeah, they didn't do too bad. They did not do too bad with that. Waiting for another X crossover, sorry, so I could enter 3G Mall tourney. Bro, I don't want to spoil anything for you, but if you're waiting for specifically plastic gen crossover stuff, I think you're going to be waiting a while, man. All I can say is I think we're getting our next crossover bay in September, and I think it's not going to be a plastic gen Beyblade that they're remaking. I wish it were. I wish it were. I wish I was getting my Drasil or even Dragoon. But yeah, I think we're going to have to wait maybe till around Christmas. Maybe around when Beyblade Zone comes out. That might be when they get us with some more plastic gen remakes. God, how close am I getting that to the camera then? Sorry. But yeah, you should definitely enter. Don't wait, man. Use a Dranzer, use a Drigger, and then just use a Wizard Rod to make sure you get at least 1 point. Let me have a little sip of this. Oh shit! Absolutely smashed my camera about. My bad. I guess that's the new thing for Beyblade now, to make seasons longer for each gen, and we just got to deal with it, even if it takes like years or a while. I can't see X being shorter though, 100%. Yeah, and I don't think I'd want them to. I don't want all my current gen stuff to just become invalid in like no time at all. I'm quite invested in this game, so if they did that, I would probably be a bit salty about it, not gonna lie. God, my posture while I'm doing stuff like this is terrible. I just realized I've been like hunched over really, really bad. In the Shogun Steel manga, we see Ryuga acknowledge and accept the Dragon Bay user of the new generation. Makes me think, in your opinion, what would Tyson, the OG left spin dragon user, think of Ryuga? Well, it's hard for me to say because I don't know Ryuga that well. From the memes and stuff I can tell, he just seems to be like that typical like battle, like let's go, throw down, kind of semi antagonist to begin with, becomes kind of a anti-hero protagonist, like edgelord kind of guy. So yeah, like he sounds exactly like Kai, so Tyson probably would have loved him. They probably would have had a lovely relationship together. I feel like this gen will be the one with no season 2. Okay, I mean, as in the bays will all be the same weight and size, just new bays and new characters because they're avoiding evolutions and got UX. Yeah, I'm not. I think so. What are you trying to say? Like, there won't be like a new gimmick or something like that in the bays, because I think we're definitely getting like a season 2 because that's already confirmed. But yeah, I don't think they'll necessarily make as wild a change to how the bays are built and play for a while, which I honestly I don't mind. I don't mind, especially from like I guess you could call me like a competitive blader and stuff. From that point of view, it's nice to have it like develop a bit slower. But yeah, I'm happy with how it's going so far. Kendo. Hope they make Drasil and Dragoon too. Yeah, they will do. I might just watch the grand finals. The winner of more tournament here in Philippines will be sent to Malaysia for the battle. Yeah, I saw the advertisement. That's the tournament I did here at the weekend on Sunday, but I could only get to top 16. The dude who won it is absolutely stoked, although he did not enter like under any like pretenses that he might be winning. He says he was just entering pretty chilled, especially as he basically used like a stock Hell's Hammer combo. He had Dran Buster 160 Rush, Wizard Rod 960 Ball, and Hell's Hammer 360 Hexa. And yeah, he went 9-0 and booked his ticket to Malaysia, which is awesome. The next, what I'd call major one that they're having over here, I'm really gutted because I might not be able to make it because I might be in the UK. But in October sometime, they should be having a tournament back in Bangkok. And the winner of that one, they'll sponsor to go to Tokyo for the Worlds or the Asian GP or whatever. So I would love to be able to get to that one to have a chance to win that. That is like, I mean, that's the end goal if you want to like be like a legendary like Beyblade competitor, is to be like a legit like world champ. So yeah, that's something I'd love to do. I just hope that the dates don't overlap because I won't be back until mid-October. And so far, they've done all the like larger tournaments earlier in the month in Bangkok. So yeah, doesn't bode well for me. Funnily enough, according to the manga, Ryuga is even older than the old man president of the WBBA from Bakuten Shoot. Yeah, I don't know all the lore, but how long was he? Was it Dragon Emperor for, or is he Dragon King? King Ryuga, Dragon Emperor. If you go back to UK, I hope you see or beat the brakes off Daimyo GT in a tournament. Bro, I would love to try and hook up with Elijah while I'm back in the UK. That would be sick. That'd be super sick. Like hooking up with like Elijah or like a Bay Craze or something. That'd be super, super cool. Like to do some battles or just even say hello, you know. More than anything, like I'm a fan. Like Daimyo GT is like one of my most watched like YouTube channels, not just like Beyblade channels. The guy smashes out content. I think he's like super charismatic, and it's very much high quality, spanning all generations, something for everyone. Yeah, what a legend. And he's been really cool to me. We'll often share stuff from the channel, even stuff that has like doesn't include him anyway, because I have made like quite a few references to him in my content. But yeah, what an awesome dude. I would love to catch up with him in person, as well as Bay Craze. Very big fan of his content, and I've told him that multiple times. Absolutely love his editing. I love his delivery. He's got a fantastic voice for YouTube and just presenting something. And yeah, what a cool dude. What a super, super nice dude as well. Really nice dude to chat to. Like, yeah, really wholesome, like family man as well. You know, can't say anything bad about him. Let bro breathe. Give him some time to process your long paragraphs. 80. I don't know if it's 80, but it might be Addy, Adai. Hello. Thank you for dropping by the stream. Very, very happy to have you here. How are you doing? I meant as in no new meta, not new series. Oh, fair. Yeah, we'll see. Because, God, what is it going to be that's going to get Rod out of the way? I think we've gone in like a bit of a wave with Wizard Rod, where when it came out, everyone was like, "God damn, it's unbeatable! It's so good." Um, and then we have kind of hit a point where everyone's like, "Ah, no, it can be beaten," and this and that and everything like that. But I feel like we're now at a point where we've kind of just accepted that we're like, we're probably dropping a point here to Rod. Hopefully, nothing crazy happens and I drop more than 1 point to Rod. Yeah. Still a frustrating combo to go up against. I don't think there's any matchup against it where you're not like, shit. I have to try really hard to make something very specific happen here if I want to win this one. Very, very reliable combo. And if the person's able to launch it relatively safely, then like autopilot kicks in. The Wizard Rod blade is so good at balancing out, and it is wide enough that it defends its ratchet so well. Yeah, very good combo. Very, very, very good blade. Boom, 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 boom. Oh shit, sorry. Shogun Steel is pretty much season 4 of the Metal Saga. It's just Jinka and others haven't appeared until the last episode. But I didn't really watch Zero G because it wasn't your thing. That's fair. I have a couple fake Zero G bays. I don't think I have the real one. I've always been tempted to pick up the Stadium, but it just doesn't look like that much fun. Like, I like gimmicky stadiums and stuff, but it doesn't. It's not that it doesn't look like fun. It looks like that it might only be fun once for a short period of time, and then I don't think I'd be fussed about playing in that stadium again. I'd be interested in a stadium similar to that with a similar gimmick, but maybe executed a bit better. But yeah, that's all I really know for Zero G. Everything seemed a bit taller. Zero G was fire, you missed out. It was dog water. That's a bit contradictory there, brother. Lore of Ryuga spoilers. Ryuga is actually an ancient king of the dragon tribe. The bad guys will come up to use as their weapon, as he is the only one who can dominate El Drago. So he's quite old. Okay, cool. I think I might have known that, or thought something along those lines, but thank you for clarifying. That's cool. That's pretty cool. I will have to watch it at some point. I was tempted to just watch some Bakaten shoot this evening and just hang out on stream doing that, but I'm not really in the mood to watch something right now. I just wanted to tinker for a bit. But it is getting later, so that tinkering may end soon. I've got 3 bits left after this one, so I think we'll just finish this first brick. And that's pretty good for a short evening's work. I didn't miss out, Pierre. I just wasn't interested in Zero G. Fair. Most racist era of Beyblade with these MFs with 2 metal wheels, but they were considered legal. Those things were heavy as hell. I don't know if that's like a wild translation, but I don't know. That's racist. Maybe it's ridiculous. But yeah, I've seen some of those combos and they look like fun. Something I have done before is taken the metal wheel from, I'm going to say, Meteo El Drago, and I've put that on top of this motherfucker. Or is this one Meteo? No, Lightning. No, this isn't Lightning. Lightning's there. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm losing all fucking possible metal fight street cred that I might have right now. But I've chucked 2 El Drago metal wheels together and that was fun. Stop being racist against Rod. Be more hateful of Phoenix and Buster, please. That's like, Buster isn't that reliable. So it's hard to really say anyone's like having an easy win with Buster. And Phoenix, yeah, Phoenix is very good and very reliable, but it has been around long enough that and it's so beatable by other bays now. Like, it's very beatable by Unicorn. It's very beatable by Tyranno Beat. Very beatable by Tyranno Beat, that's for sure. And of course, Rod. So yeah, Phoenix ain't top of the food chain exactly anymore, but still fantastically good. I think, if I'm honest, they could probably solve the meta with the points penalty thing just by putting a 2 point penalty on Wizard Rod the Blade, and that's it. I think that's all they should do, a 2 point penalty on the Wizard Rod Blade. I think that's fair. Boom, boom. Oh, sorry, missed a bunch there. Kendo, I wish Beyblade Rising will remain manga and a non-canon. What we need is continuation of G-Rev. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. If they could continue that G-Rev lore into Beyblade X and give me some engine gears in my bits already, or my ratchets, I'd appreciate that. That'd be cool. Like, we'll probably get some wind-up ratchets at some point. That'll be sick. That'll be sick. Like engine gears spinning, like plugging into your ratchets to wind those up, and like that free spinning. That'd be so cool. I'd love that. I'd love that. I think that X won't be as racist as Metal, and all the bays will be mostly balanced, apart from here and there. I love using racism as the the measuring stick for how unfair the meta is. Bro, with all that tinkering, will reincarnate as Kenny. I don't know. Kenny's got some drip. He's got some decent outfits, I think. And he's got a pretty sweet laptop. Although Dizzy isn't a thing in the Japanese like original series, is he? I don't think. Which is pretty funny that they just added in an absolutely shit computer that didn't know anything about Beyblade, even though it was meant to know everything, into the series. Michio is white with the rubber, yeah. So is it El Drago Destroy? The 4D metal one with the like plastic and rubber like under wheel section. I put that wheel on top of Meteo, and that was fun. That was chunky. That was fun to put against what did I put in there? Blooming basalt. Chirogenium. Why have I forgotten its name? God damn. Yeah, I'd put that on Big Bang Pegasus's wheel and chuck those two against each other. That was fun. But I've never like done a MFB tournament or anything like that. I don't even know what I would build as a deck. I did try and check out as much as I could about the WBO like limited formats when I was trying to do a little bit of metal fight action, but there's just no scene for it over here. You know, I think there is more of a scene for plastic gen tournaments here, which I would love to go to at some point. Then there is metal fight from what I've seen on the community pages and stuff. Sorry, I got this thing right up in the camera's face there. So yeah, I would love to do that at some point, but I don't know. I don't know if I've got any like trips to the States or something coming in my future, but if I do, I'm probably more likely to be able to find a metal fight tournament over that side of the world than I think anywhere else I can imagine. Maybe back in the UK. Maybe, but yeah. I see more stuff going on about MFP from the States than anywhere else, if I'm honest. Boom. I'm missing chat here. Sorry. Boom, boom. Nah, they were racist. These things were heavier than Nemesis. I am each guys chill, let him breathe. Unicorn was my third bay for the longest time. Oh yeah, man. Unicorn 560 high needle. I really liked that combo. But then Wizard Rod came out and it kind of made Unicorn a bit invalid. Because it's not great in the matchup there. Because I think of Unicorn as being a fantastic. It's great as a balanced blade, but I think it's a fantastic defensive blade, and I love smashing it against Phoenix combos. I think it does pretty well against most things other than Rod. And if you've not got much chance against Rod, there's not much point playing it at the moment because you will run into Rod in most people's decks. So yeah, it's a hard one to justify, but people do still play it like competitively. X will most likely continue on, but I don't think they will change up any of the protagonists this time. I think they're just going to stick with Bird, X, and Multi, just like Tyson and the others. Yeah, I think that's probably the way they're going to go at this point. And I think that's something people have been asking for, if I can remember right, from the kind of feeling I get on the outside of Burst fans, that people are quite keen to like stick with a gang for a little while. I mean, I don't mind if it jumps about, but it would be nice to see like the flip kind of like, or the switch flip, sorry, in Bird, and him start to like grow and develop as a blader more so. In the manga, I know they gave him a ray of hope when he nearly beat Cherry Bomb or whatever, but yeah, pretty pants so far. In Queen Manju's flashback, we see the silhouettes of old protagonists. Do you think they fought her in a cross-gen battle or using their X remakes? No, I think she was just alive during all the generations, is kind of what they were trying to portray in that one. So I think they're just trying to say that like she was around back when it was plastic gen, and they've tried to like pseudo put it in the same timeline. I think that's kind of like what they were going for with that. So I think she would have just used whatever generation Beyblade that generation of Beyblade was using. I don't think it's like a thing about the X remakes, but they could make that a thing. But it kind of wouldn't make sense because then that means like she battled all of them when she was really old, and they would have to have been like reincarnated or something. So yeah, I think she just battled them with that current generation of Beyblade. Kenny is kind of emo, that hair covering his eyes. Man, I miss the classic. Well, if he was proper emo, it would only cover one eye, to be fair. I mean, we might get a bearing. Most YouTubers have seen. Yeah, I think we'll get a bearing stuff for sure, and I think it'll be super, super good when we do. Like, it will be hard to make a bad bearing bit, like for X, I think. But I mean, TT might do it. They might make something terrible, but I think it's going to be very good as soon as we get bearing stuff. Dub Studio legit gave that nerd an AI girlfriend. Hell yeah, we all need one. Beyblade X Season 2 Bladers, they might go for names like Cameron and Hugo for the newer characters, but I don't see that happening. It's very unlikely, just something I'm imagining. I mean, that is like plucking that one out of like the air. I don't know the theory behind Cameron and Hugo being the protagonist names, but I mean, yeah, it could very well be. Do you mean in like the localization of it, or the actual Japanese naming? That Beyblade insect concept was lit. I don't know what the plot, but I like thinking the Hunter x Hunter Dark Continent arc, where Tyson and the rest will reunite and defeat these aliens. Goddamn, trying to make it through the Dark Continent with Beyblades. Like, what kind of contract would you have to make to be able to enter and bring Beyblades in with you? They know you're cracked if you got Beyblades with you and you're entering the Dark Continent. Goddamn, what an expedition that would be. What kind of curse or plague would you bring back from that? Worse than Chimera ants, it'd probably be Chimera Beyblades. Goddamn, yeah, man. I'm glad Tagashi's back to work. Makes me happy. it also makes me super apprehensive about when he's just gonna like stop again. Hopefully he doesn't break any more arms and stuff. But I think they did say that, or he put out a statement that he is working with a team that will be able to carry on what he's doing if he's not able to, because he came out and gave that kind of like, if he's never able to end it, what would the ending be kind of thing. And he gave us like 3 endings, didn't he? That could happen. Oh, no. He said there were 3 endings, each getting worse and worse. And he told us like the generic one that he thinks will make most people happy, I think was the case. But yeah, I don't want that to happen. I want his fucking sick, twisted, everything sad, Dark Continent just ruins the world kind of ending, if that's what he's planning on doing. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Monoru. Hello, how are you? Thanks for dropping by. I had a Unicorn 980 Orb for my Phoenix. Oh yeah, a Unicorn on 960 Orb would be pretty good. I like it on 560 though. I think the balance better. Monoru, you are one of the twins from the tournament. Alright. If you're a fan of Nazuma Blader and the fact that he reps Leon Claw, Monoru reps Leon Claw and Rhino Horn and wins with them. Bro, I swear, when I saw you doing like the winner stays on practice matches, like on tournament day, I swear you were just extreme finishing everyone with like a stock Rhino Horn and a stock Leon Claw. It was insane. What an absolute killer. Super good, man. Super good. It was fun to play with you, man. Enjoyed it. Every base series had a movie. Imagine Bird's only win will be in non-canon X movie. Imagine that. God, at least that'll give us content to make years down the line and be like, top 10 Beyblading non-canon somethings, like some Watch Mojo style video of some nonsense like that, and it'll always be a callback. I mean, if they do something like that, they may actually reference it in just generic videos like that, because I never see Beyblade get pulled up and stuff like that. I never see like when they make like a top 10 anime battles or a top 10 like protagonists who, I don't know, wear baseball caps. I never see Beyblade pop up in those videos, and it'd be nice for it to get some more recognition. So if Bird genuinely never wins, and he only ever wins in like a non-canon thing, that'd be hilarious. That would definitely get referenced, because it'd be like I don't know, Watch Mojo's top 7 animes where the protagonist sucks. Something like that, I don't know. Unfair meta equals racist meta. No arguments from me. Black Dranza gonna cook Meruem. Oof. If it did cook him, it would absorb all of his power. You know, so you know. There we go. That would be an outrageous Black Dranza. The meta is racist against anyone that uses a combo other than the most used one, aka it's impossible to win unless you use that combo. Yeah, you're not wrong. That is the meta. I think every meta is probably racist then, to be fair. Raven X versus Carmen X. Imagine if we see a Blader in Season 2 with a Raven mask on, and he has an X on it, just like Carmen X's mask does. I mean, we'll probably get more masked Bladers. I wouldn't be surprised. If that's a gimmick that they carry on. Maybe if Carmen X has success, that kind of creates like a movement of masked Bladers, maybe. But that also may be a thing where they start off as like kind of antagonists, where they're like, they're impersonating X, and they're like calling themselves like, I don't know, Team X or like X Bladers or something like that, and their sole goal is to beat him. That's probably something that X would absolutely love. He would love that if people wanted to like form teams just to beat him. Boom. Raven and the Teen Titans. Nazuma got no Riz? Nah, cap. even lost to Illinuk on stream. Yeah, he did. He did do that. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. But to say the Rezuma has no Riz, nah, bro, I can't accept that. That's one sexy boy right there. You can't deny Nazuma's got the Rizumas. Boom. Bro, there's no villain in the story. Bird's the villain. He's robbing us all of a good protagonist. Nah, he's cool. I like him. I like Bird. He just sucks at Beyblade, that's all. Like, can't really hold that against him. Yeah, but it would be cool to see a Blader with the actual name Raven, but I doubt it will happen. I mean, it's not uncommon for anime series to have like Raven motifs in them, like Crow or whatever. Like you got your 5D stuff, and you know, it's not uncommon, at all. I miss you too, bro. Thank you for dropping by. Really cool for you to stop by the stream. I do appreciate it. Pierre, we know there's no villains, but there will be a villain in the next season. Doesn't matter. We won't get any villains at all just because Nazuma says it. I think I kind of like villain will likely be like I've said it since it appeared because I'm like, why the flip are they making a big deal about Yggdrasil, like the drug company? I know there's Team Yggdrasil and stuff, but it's just none of the Beybladers in Team Yggdrasil have a bay that relates to Norse mythology at all, and Yggdrasil is literally the tree of life. There is very little phoenix, kind of like literal phoenixes in like Norse mythology. There is 100% themes of rebirth and stuff like that, but no phoenix, no sphinx, and no unicorn. So that is an absolute mashup of wild, just mythologies from all over Team, and it doesn't really. I mean, that could be its like niche or motif or whatever, just that it is whatever thingies, but that doesn't seem on brand for Beyblade. Normally, if they pick a mythology or something like that for a team, like the whole team will stick in that theme, because otherwise they're limiting themselves massively. Like they would never be able to have another Egyptian like style team or something like that in there. So I think the current Team Yggdrasil may break up or not be Team Yggdrasil anymore, and I think that Yggdrasil will be maybe similar to what Vega was in Plastic Gen, like an overarching enemy that's not necessarily a blader, but an organization that hires and makes and trains like bladers for possible nefarious reasons, you know, whatever those could be. Probably some kind of popularity nonsense, some social media crap. Maybe it includes that Baytuber kid that beat Bird. You know, he's someone that we've already seen he's a bit of a shady douchebag. So he could be involved if they're trying to make a team later on, you know, like before we had Bega, we had all the other, like, was it like psychic teams, like the cyber blades and stuff like that. It could be something like that, like one of those offshoots. You know, like there's lots of routes they could go with it. Like season 1 in Bakuten Shoot, like escalated massively when it hit the halfway point and we got to like Russia and stuff like that. X clearly hasn't done that, but I think the hype for the last couple issues and stuff will be pretty sweet. But yeah, maybe we end the season with some like loose threads that maybe have some darker overtones of a legit like bad guy. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not unhappy with how the manga is at the moment anyway. You know, I quite like it. I don't mind something light-hearted. Like, not everything has to be super fucking dark and deep, you know. But I'm also not adverse to them doing that. That'd still be cool. At least Bird won our hearts, dude. A crippled underdog. Yeah, man. I think Bird's cool. Like, I'm quite endeared to him. I don't hate on him for losing. It's just that's what happens to him, you know. Bird was the closest thing to the villain. Yeah, he's. I don't know. I think what redeemed him very quickly is that he's clearly just interested in being the best. And up to this point, he's not had anyone that's shown him that he doesn't have to work for that. So yeah, he was more just arrogant than a villain. But immediately after losing, was super gracious about it. So I don't think he's an evil mastermind. I think he's probably just currently funded by some evil masterminds, you know. But yeah, he got cooked. Bird could be the villain. It's a possibility because they moved him from the protagonist to a deuteragonist. Sorry, deuteragonist. I don't know, anything is possible, but for now, Bird I think is good. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be the villain. Bro would have to be deep undercover for that to be the case. Vikings colonized England. Unicorn is symbol of Scotland. Sphinx is Egypt. Phoenix can represent the Garuda of India or British Empire colonies. Confirmed. Yggdrasil is the UK Parliament. You've cracked the code. You've cracked the code. You've connected the dots on that one. That's pretty good. Well done, Sherlock. All right, we already know it. Case closed. Case closed. On that absolutely massive bombshell of a spoiler from Ruby Dragon there, I think it's time to call an end to the stream. It's quite late here now. I am tired. I want a snack. And I definitely do not want to eat on stream. But thank you everyone for stopping by. That is proper like brightened my day a little bit. Just having a bit of chill time, doing some hobbying and chatting with you guys. Really, really appreciate it. It's been a long, tiring day. I imagine tomorrow is going to be very similar. Hopefully the wife gets better. Hopefully I can get enough rest tonight. And yeah, hopefully we can get back to some normality from tomorrow. Most definitely don't think Bird is a villain, but just joking about, yeah, it could be funny. I mean, it would be a hell of a twist. Maybe in the anime, when we get like a filler episode, or if they connect a couple episodes together, we might just get some dream sequence or something from Multi or X, where Bird is the villain and he's like destroying everyone and he's beating everyone, and then they wake up and he's just back to losing. Like that could be pretty funny. And the villain is always the bad guy who does bad stuff, but sort of becomes an ally after. Typically the case, apart from Boris. Bird being the villain could be possible if he wasn't the main character. Yep, catch you later. Of course, dude. Scared he'll stop stream to hide my revelations. He's on Yggdrasil's payroll. Yo. I am not on Yggdrasil's payroll. I'm on Vega's payroll. Okay, I'm old. I'm on Vega's payroll. I'm an OG. So yeah, if Yggdrasil want to pay me as well, I'm open to offers. I'm very much open to offers. I don't mind any sponsors for the channel. I'll share the links. You know, give me a discount code, give me an affiliate link, and I'll send them to Yggdrasil drugs. But yeah, until that happens, I will catch you in the next one, Beybladers. Thank you very much. Peace. Oh yeah, do the good YouTube stuff if you can, the likes and all that shit.